Welcome aboard. How's everyone doing today? Woo! You made it. Welcome aboard the world famous Universal Studios tour. My name is Justin. I'm going to be your tour guide. Now, before we get things underway, I do want to make sure that everyone has a pair of 3D glasses. If you don't have your 3D glasses, put your hand in the air so we can see you. Oh, we need 3D glasses. I'm glad I said something. Oh my goodness. How many do you guys need all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6? 6 pair, please. You're going to need these glasses for King Kong and Fast and the Furious only. Thank you so much. All right. And off we go. I want you guys to look over there on your left-hand side, wave goodbye. We are leaving the theme park behind. We are heading down to the studio. Now, right now I want to introduce you to the man sitting here next to me who makes all this possible. He's our driver, TJ. Everyone say hi, TJ. He's going to be keeping this show on the road for us. I have one more person I want to introduce you to. He's our celebrity co-host, star of the Tonight Show, SNL alumni, Emmy Award-winning comedian, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide, Justin, and the greatest driver, TJ. They're the best. I love them. Even though TJ owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
All right, yeah, safety is very important here at the studio tour. First, if you need any kind of guest assistance, if you're a medical emergency, drop something of value off the side of the tram, any kind of audio visual problem, reach up, grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center and the ceiling of the tram. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, we do ask that you remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Now, the studio is private property. If you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord and remain seated on the tram. There's no smoking of any kind allowed on the tour. Be prepared. Our tour will feature sudden tram movements, loud sounds, fire effects, many water effects. You're going to want to have your cameras out, some great photo ops. Please keep an eye on them so that they don't get wet. For your safety and those around you, ask that you do not use selfie sticks while on board. For the duration of our tour today, be sure to have your facial covering on at all times, unless you're actively eating or drinking. Now, we're taking you down the timeline right now. These movie posters that you see on both sides of the chart, they represent just a few of the thousands of movies that Universal has produced throughout the years, over 8,000 films. Now, it all started over 100 years ago, March 15th, 1915. That is when our founder, Carl Laemmle, opened the gates to Universal Studios Hollywood. On that day, he proclaimed, Universal is the strangest city in the world. And yes, it is strange, but it's also a city. We are an actual city. We have our own fire station, which we're actually passing by over here. You're right, that is a real fire station. Even has minions. We have our own sheriff's station. We have our own post office. We even have our own zip code. Now, Carl Laemmle wanted audiences to laugh, cry, and sit on the edge of their seats. And judging by all the films represented here on the timeline, he's accomplished that many times over. But one thing that all of these films here on the timeline have in common is that a lot of the things you see in these movies are things that are often based around illusions. You guys are going to be seeing lots of examples of that here today on our tour. But just have us, it's no illusion. That is our studio. We're about to drive onto the front lot of our studio. It's where we have most of our sound stages. Now, the sound stages are where they shoot some of the interior scenes to some of your favorite TV shows, movies, music videos, commercials. First sound stage you're seeing on your left is our biggest. That's stage 12. It's big enough to hold a football field.
Hi. Say hello to my little friend.
That's right. All of of the films that you just saw on your screens filmed inside Stage 12. The Voice usually films inside Stage 12, but as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on around Stage 12 right now, so they moved to a couple of our other sound stages here on the front lot. We're passing by stages 18, 19, and 20 on your left. These are some active sound stages. It's where they've been shooting a brand new series called Bel Air. It's a dramatic reimagining of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's from executive producer Will Smith. Will be coming to our Peacock streaming platform. Another show that's been shooting here on the lot is the HBO Max series Hacks, starring Gene Smart. We're shooting season 2 of Hacks inside stages 16 and 17 on your left. Now the series has won a slew of Emmy Awards for its first season, which is nominated for 3 Golden Globe Awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series. And we're actually about to pass by the production base camp for both Bel Air and Hacks over here on your left-hand side. These are some of the actors' trailers, some of the wardrobe trailers, some of the makeup trailers for the show, production vehicles. And Stage 21, just ahead on your left, is also being used for the series Hacks. It's one of our bigger sound stages. A lot of big movies have used Stage 12 throughout the years, including a couple of Ron Howard films, How the Grinch Stole Christmas starring Jim Carrey, and Apollo 13. That's where they show all the Mission Control Center scenes you saw in the film.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo missions still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own Mission Control. Everything had to be exact, even down to the tiniest detail.
Oh yes, it's incredible what they can build inside of some of these sound stages. Now, we all know Ron Howard today is an Oscar-winning director, but before he was a film director, he was an actor. He was a television sitcom star, TV shows like Happy Days and The Andy Griffith Show. And we're actually passing by our sitcom alley. It's over here on your right-hand side. We call this Sitcom Alley because so many famous television sitcoms throughout the years have shot inside these various stages, going all the way back to the Jeffersons, One Day at a Time, Different Strokes, Facts of Life. That legacy continues today with sitcoms like Mr. Bear. Shoots right over here inside Stage 44. You're right. In fact, there's the billboard for Mr. Bear. We've been shooting season 2. There's Ted Danson, Holly Hutchins, stars in the show. Now, Ted Danson, he knows a thing or two about Stage 44 because he shot his last sitcom inside that same soundstage, The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell. Now, if you're a fan of The Good Place, I have some good news for you. We are going to take you to Little Europe. It's on our back lot. Now, Little Europe was actually the setting of the series The Good Place. So if you're a fan of that show, you're going to have a great photo up here of this order. Now, on your left-hand side, these are production bungalows. It's where some of Hollywood's top writers, producers, and directors work. Some major Hollywood power players that work out of these offices, including Chris Meledandri, who's Illumination Entertainment.
Hi, everybody. I am really excited to share the latest on our new movie, Sing 2.
Guys, we're on.
It brings back all of the heart and the humor and the incredible music that you experienced in the first film.
You know what it's like to connect with an audience, to make something beautiful happen, something that brings everyone together, lifts them up.
It's okay. Your songs will carry you.
I love the optimism that's at the heart of this movie. Even when you're really being challenged, you can still dream.
Sing 2 is in theaters right now, just in time for the holidays. And yes, you did hear Bono's voice. Bono making his feature film debut in the movie Sing 2. We're passing by 2 of our newer sound stages over here on your left-hand side, stages 22 and 23. These are state-of-the-art sound stages. They even have offices in the front. So where Kenan Thompson's been hard at work shooting season 2 of his sitcom, Kenan. And it marks the end of our tour! tour of the backlots. I got your back. Oh my goodness. All right, so as you can see, there's a lot more to see here in the backlot. The backlot over here on your right is where they shoot everything outside. Now these are metropolitan sets where they shoot everything outside on a large scale. These aren't buildings that you're seeing, they're what we call facades, the front and sides of buildings. And that's because that's all the camera really needs to see. You let your imagination fill in the rest. Now some of these sets are also practical though. That means they can shoot both interior and exterior shots. What may appear to be brick and stone, that's another Hollywood illusion. It's merely foam rubber, fiberglass, plywood. Now the first area that you guys are seeing over here on your right is called Brownstone Street. That's right, you see many movies characterized by those stoops. Brownstones, you often see movies and TV shows. Now this next area we're going to take you into, it's called Courthouse Square. And a lot of you guys might remember Courthouse Square as Hill Valley, California, and all three Back to the Future movies. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, that's where they had the clock tower. But right now, as you can see, it looks very different. They've been shooting season 2 of the series Rutherford Falls here in Courthouse Square. Dressed up all the windows and the facades. Now that show stars Ed Helms, you guys might remember from The Office. It's on our Peacock network. Now, of course, you've seen Courthouse Square and many other productions. Here it is once again in Back to the Future. And you might also remember it in movies like Gremlins and Psycho 2 and To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck, Robert Duvall. And it was Buffalo, New York, and Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. And there it is, the year 2015, and Back to the Future Part 2, Flying Cars and Hoverboards. You got some of it right, they did. Well, you know, I'm going to prove to you right now that the world is right around the corner here in the background. We're going to take you from Hill Valley, California to New York. And look, we made it. We're already there. Welcome to New York Street. It's actually the single most filmed street on the planet. Now you see New York Street for movies, TV shows, music videos, commercials. And speaking of New York, our co-host Jimmy Fallon shoots The Tonight Show in New York City, but it's also the city where he got his stuff.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Yes, Jimmy's right. This could be any city you want it to be just by changing the street signs, doing a little set decorating in the windows. In fact, you might remember our metropolitan sets doubling as San Francisco and Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, doubled as Chicago in the Oscar-winning film The Sting, Paul Newman and Robert Redford. There's also Chicago, Blues Brothers, New York City, and Captain America: The First Avenger with Chris Evans, The Amazing Spider-Man, Emma Stone, and Andrew Garfield. 1930s New York City was the setting for one of the great scenes in the movie, King Kong. Here's director King Kong, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made I like films that just take you away from your real life, sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skyline.
All right, get those glasses ready. Eventually, please. That's all I have. So we can see the international waves. No flash photography. Welcome to Skull Island. battle that we all just witnessed back there was actually projected on some of the world's largest digital 3D screens. Now those screens inside, they stand over 40 feet tall, they measure 180 feet long. The film itself uses some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. Now the film was designed by Peter Jackson and his team at Weta Digital. The team at Weta won 6 Academy Awards. Their works on the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Avatar, King Kong, Disney's The Jungle Book. And hang on to those 3D glasses, you will be needing them a little bit later on.
With the Project Studio Tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side,
For example, when they film down there in our metropolitan sets, typically what they'll do is they'll dress up the windows and the facades, they'll line the streets with street lights, parking meters, traffic lights, traffic signs, and cars. Oh my goodness. Yes, picture cars. Now, New York City wouldn't be New York City without all the taxi cabs, buses, trucks, motorcycles, all the different vehicles that you would see on any given day. But whenever you see a car in a movie or a TV show, it's not just any cars, it's a picture car, any vehicle that's seen by the camera. Throughout the years, Universal Studios Hollywood has amassed one of the most famous collection of picture cars. If you love cars in the movies and TV shows, you're going to want to get your cameras out. You're seeing some iconic picture cars. We have some of the Back to the Future picture cars. We have Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble's cars from Flintstones movie, John Goodman. We have a couple of our Fast and Furious picture cars. If you're a Fast fan, I have some good news for you. I'm going to show you some of the race cars that were featured in the latest Fast movie, F9, a little bit later on in the tour. We have a couple of our Jurassic World picture cars, including one of the gyrospheres. Now, if you saw Jurassic World, you're probably wondering where the glass bubble around the gyrosphere is. Well, that was another Hollywood illusion. There was no actual glass bubble. And that was added in post-production using CGI, computer-generated imagery, special effects. And the filmmakers, they didn't want to see the reflection of the cameras and the lighting equipment in the glass when they were filming. Well, you know, speaking of Jurassic Park, I have wonderful news for all you Jurassic Park fans on board. Yes, we are going to take you there.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yes, well, sort of, yes. It's kind of like a mini version of Jurassic Park here on the back lot. We're going to show you the area of the back lot where Universal keeps some of the set pieces and picture cars that were featured in the first 3 Jurassic Park movies. That's right, including the mobile lab over here on your left. Which, oh no, the dinosaurs, they got out of their cages again. Okay, well, you know what? Those are the Dilophosaurs. They're very friendly. If they do pop out, don't be scared, okay? They get very, very aggressive this time of day. Oh, no, there they are. Sorry. That just means that they like you. That's what they do when they like you. Watch out, cartoon. They'll really love you guys. They're so sweet. Now, you know, the mobile lab that you guys saw back there was actually featured in this scene in The Lost World where it got pushed off a cliff. Now this scene features a really cool Hollywood illusion. That was not an actual cliff the RV was dangling from. That was one of our parking structures here on the back lot. They dressed to look like a cliff. Well, you know, the world is right around the corner here on the back lot, so we're going to take you from the jump. We're going to take you to Old Mexico here on the back lot. You don't need a passport, you just come to the back lot, we got you covered. Now, Old Mexico is part of our Western sets here on the back lot, and it is actually one of the oldest sets here on the back lot. That's why we call it Old Mexico. Some of the sets here in Old Mexico date all the way back to the silent era film. Yes, Old Mexico is home to the flash flood and so many productions throughout the years, including Three Amigos, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, TV series like HBO's Westworld, and Star Trek Picard, where it doubled as a Romulan settlement. We're going to take you north of the border back to the States, and this time to the Lone Star State. I want to welcome you all to 6 Points, Texas.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Brown. Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Brown. Look here. Nice folks want us trying to do a lot of trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets in the universe alive.
I heard this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Look the shot. Alright. See you again. This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Alright, yep. Now these sets here at 6 Points, as Jimmy mentioned, are also some of the oldest sets here in the back lot. Classic TV westerns like the Virginian Wagon Train filmed here, and these sets are still used to this day. In fact, director Quentin Tarantino shot scenes from his last movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right over there on our 6 Point sets. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the halfway mark here on the studio tour, so just want to remind everyone to remain seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property. You drop your phone, just can't wait to use the restroom. Pull the red cord, and I'll be back to assist you. Now we're passing by Beautiful Park Lake. It's over here on your left. Beautiful Park Lake has a rich history here in the back lot. That is where Paul Robeson sang Old Man River, classic musical showboat. It's also where Oscar winner Ernest Borgnine shot his classic sitcom McHale's Navy. It's also where one of our classic monster movies was filmed. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Oh man, we love our monsters here at Universal. The monster movie is a rich part of our history as well. Classic films like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, Bride of Frankenstein, The Wolfman, all of which filmed in this area we're going to take you into right now. It's called Little Europe.
Maybe that's what we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein.
The Mummy, Fish
That Frankenstein image, it's one of the great icons of the world. That's what it was like weaknesses in the universe. There's one Morris Karloff,
the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
Is there a wing around the now?
Yes, indeed. Now, you know, Little Europe, of course, was where the mob of angry villagers were collecting their torches looking for the monster. If you're a fan of The Good Place starring Kristen Bell, you're probably jumping out of your seat as we were heading through Little Europe. It was the setting for the series for 4 seasons.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Yes, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Comedy Series, The Good Place. Now, we just got a green light from the studio. That means we've been granted access to stage 50. Now, as we head inside, just a reminder to remain seated. We do not want to disturb anything inside for continuity's sake. We've been shooting a big action movie here the last couple of weeks. Now, stage 50 is where they shoot a lot of those train station scenes you see in TV shows and movies. They shot this scene from an episode of Colonial some years ago. Yeah, heard about the
That's him, right over there.
You alright?
Yeah.
Now, there's actually 2 different levels to this stage. We're on the first floor, but if you go up the stairwells on either side of the tram, you'll see an entire... Whoa. Did you guys feel that? We just had one. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a big round of applause. You survived Earthquake, the big one. That was our earthquake attraction. It's been part of our studio tour for over 30 years. And I want to show you the rest of that scene from close. You see just how seamlessly they incorporated our earthquake attraction into this scene. Check it out.
What's going on?
Yes, it's all about the editing. All about the editing. Alright, so we're going to take you to a little piece of New England here on the map right now. We're going to take you to Amity Island. And disregard this beach closed sign. They've just reopened the beach for us today. You know why? Look, right there on the dock. Do you see him? They caught Jaws. Yes, Jaws. Right there on the dock. Well, they didn't catch Jaws. He caught Jaws. My good friend George. He's in the water right now. He's deep sea diving. He's making sure everything's safe. Such a brave guy. Now, that's his boat. Oh no. He caught the wrong shark! We gotta warn George! George! Shark! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, poor George. Guys, don't look. You don't want to see this. Turn your heads. Just turn your heads. Turn away. Turn. Oh. Alright, stay calm. Stay calm. We're going to take you over here by these gasoline tanks where it's safe. see a big movie star here on the studio tour? All right, right, yes, right over there in the water. They don't get any bigger than Jaws. That's a legend. He's got his own franchise. Now, you know Jaws, of course, that's his screen name, but does anyone actually know his real name? His real name is Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. He's the mechanical shark for the production of Jaws. The hardest working shark in show business. Works here every single day. But you know, he didn't always work.
That's as much as the line shark. The shark was frustrated. He didn't really work all the time. He worked hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio voice. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark was well enough for a while there and it was his whole time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Yes, you guys, when Jaws was released in the summer of 1975, broke almost every box office record up to that point, becoming the original summer blockbuster. And by the way, it was director Steven Spielberg who named the shark Bruce after his lawyer. It's a real shark. You want a shark on your team? Well, you know, the area where Bruce currently resides is one of the many neighborhoods here on the back lot. That was Cabot Cove, Maine, on the hit series of Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. Alright, we're going to take you back to Texas now, but not the Old West. We're going to take you to the chicken ranch over here on your right. That is Mona's Chicken Ranch, which some of you Dollar Parton or Reynolds fans might remember as the best little whorehouse in Texas. That's where they shot their hit movie musical back in 1982. It's a great example of what we call a practical set. It means they can shoot both interior and exterior shots. So right now we are going to drive into one of the neighborhoods here. It's called Colonial Street. Colonial Street is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in all of Hollywood. That's because some of your favorite TV families used to live in this neighborhood. And it's a who's who of some very famous TV families, beginning with the Munsters. Remember the Munsters? Lily Herman, Grandpa Eddie, Cousin Marilyn. They used to live in the Purple House over there on your left. That was 1313 Mockingbird Lane. The Cleavers of Leave It to Beaver, they lived in the greenhouse on your right. Wally and the Bee. The Hardy Boys lived in the Yellow House there on your left-hand side. Nancy Drew, she also lived here on Colonial Street. A lot of mysteries are solved here. Now, a lot of you guys might recognize Colonial Street as Wisteria Lane because, yes, this is where they shot ABC's Desperate Housewives for 8 very, very successful seasons.
If there was one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighborhood.
Tour of Wisteria Lane, this green house on your right. That was Lynette's house, the character that Felicity Huffman played in the show. Marcia Cross's character Breeze, you live in the blue house on your left. On your right-hand side, the yellow house where the Hardy Boys used to live. That was Susan's house, Terry Hatcher's character. And the house at the very end of the street, this beige-colored house coming up here on your right, that was Eva Longoria's character, Gabrielle Solis's house. Now, these sets, of course, are still used to this day. In fact, Netflix's series Never Have I Ever has been filming here. They've been shooting season 3 of that series from executive producer Mindy Kaling on Colonial Street. Now, lots of movies are filmed on Colonial as well, like The Birds with Tom Hanks, Bruce Stern, Casper, Christina Ricci, and Bill Clinton. Countless music videos and commercials as well. you guys are thinking. You're thinking there's nothing to see. I get it. I get it. Look around you though. There's so much to see. This is our Wilderness Road, and yes, this is a filming location that you're seeing right now. Now, the area over here on your left-hand side was where Sandra Bullock shot one of those campsite scenes from the movie Bird Box. And this big ravine on your right was where they shot a limousine getting over, a stunt involving a limousine getting overturned. The series 911, starring Angela Bassett. See, you can see that every inch of space is used here on the back lot, even our wilderness area. Now, Fast and Furious fans, get your cameras out. We're going to show you some of the race cars that were featured in the opening sequence of the finale. That's right, including right there in the front, Dominic Toretto's Black Charger. If you're a fan of the Fast movies, you know how legendary that picture car truly is. And speaking of legendary, just around the corner are two of Hollywood's most legendary film sets. The Bates Motel and the Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And that is the original house from the 1959 production of Psycho. When Psycho was released in 1960, it was a groundbreaking film. Everything from the all-string score by Bernard Herrmann, which you're hearing right now, to the infamous shower scene with Janet Leigh, which took 78 different shots to film. And oh no, did you guys see it? It's Norman Bates. He's on the porch of the house. Wait, TJ, maybe we can take that back road. Let's take this back road over there. We don't want to... Oh, no. All right, guys. We're going to have to pass by the house he's on. Just do me a favor. Don't look him in the eye. Just keep your head down. You'll be fine. I told you guys not to look. I told you not to look. Are you happy now? Watch out, Parker. He's coming for you. No, don't do it on him. Oh, we're good. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. All right, so we're safe right now. Welcome to the spectacular plane crash set site. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now that is an actual 747 jumbo jet that you see over there, and it was destroyed specifically for this incredible scene from the film.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
And so then to sit down and talk about the war, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen to me. Now listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay. Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
Now this is one of the largest sets ever constructed for film, rivaling James Cameron's Titanic, Cecil B. DeMille's Ten Commandments. Despite the use of these life-size realistic sets, the film featured more than 500 special effects. Well, from the War of the Worlds, we now take you out here to our Falls Lake area. And just a quick reminder, we are approximately 10 minutes from the end of our tour. We will be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need any assistance. Please remain seated on the tram at all times. Now, we are, as I said, in our Falls Lake area. It's this area to your right. It's where they shoot a lot of those ocean set scenes you see in movies, including this scene from the movie Sully with Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
right, The Miracle on the Hudson River was not shot on location. It was shot here in the back lot, Universal Studios Hollywood. Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. We are in a little bit of a situation right now. So TJ is going to pull up into this garage just ahead. We're going to hide out. Now, I have this guy named Roman Pierce. He's on standby. He's going to let us know a little bit more about what's going on. Just hang tight. We should be safe inside.
Pierce.
shape. They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys look good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Oh yes, well ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We have reached the end of our Hollywood adventure. And on behalf of myself, our driver TJ, on this rainy day. Thank you so much, TJ. And everyone else here at NBC Universe, I want to thank you all so much for taking the tour today. We hope you have a lot of fun. If you have any questions, please don't be shy. Stop by, say hi. I'll be standing at the front of the train when we park at our studio tour plaza just ahead. To get the most out of today's visit, be sure to download the official Universal Studios Hollywood mobile app. Get out to the minute wait times and show times for all of our shows and attractions, including Waterworld, Live SeaWorld Spectacular, and our newest attraction, the Secret Life of Pets, Off the Leash. As we head back to the park, a friendly reminder to follow all team member instructions. We've already been disembarking all of our rides and attractions. Be sure to have your facial covering on at all times, unless you're actively eating or drinking. As they say in the business, that is a wrap. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. Now, as we head into the plaza, just a friendly reminder to make sure you have all of your belongings, look around, make sure you take everything with you, don't want to leave anything behind. When we open these gates, watch your step as you get off the tram. It is very slippery, it's very wet. It's a big step down too, so be very careful.